getting overwhelmed. We've been talking through the show today about too much information and too much news and too much heartache coming to us every day. And the good news, when I began to try and get some of my soul back and get some of my life back, I realized, Father, thank you, I'm not in a prison of war camp. I'm not handcuffed to this stuff. I can make some choices about my media. Americans check their phone more than 80 to 100 times a day. And we spend 3 hours a day on our phone simply using apps. And so, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. You know, I've got my choices. I like the ESPN app. I like my weather app. You know, everybody's got their preferences. So here's some things I began to do. I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn off notifications on most of my apps. I don't need to know every new weather report moment by moment through my day. If I think a snowstorm's coming, I can check. But other than that, I don't need this thing buzzing at me. So begin to limit your notifications. And then I mentioned earlier in our conversation, don't check your phone first thing in the morning. That's such a brutal thing to do to your soul because you're suddenly in the news of the world or in the, question from your mom or in the crisis of whatever. Let your phone sit on the counter when you wake up in the morning, and instead, that Psalm 1 experience of being able to give God our attention. I want to be able to give God my attention. And then in the evening now, I realize I don't have to. Most Americans take their phone into the bedroom with them at night. And we've just made a rule, no phones in the bedroom. Like if you want to sleep well, you actually shouldn't be looking at screens the last thing that you do because of the things that it does to your brain. You won't sleep as well. So here's what we do. About 8 p.m., some nights it's 9 p.m., but about an hour before bedtime, we turn off our phones, put them on airplane mode, and we are real people. We do real things. We have conversations with the people who are in the room. We play a game. We take a walk. You can put little simple boundaries like this on your technology and on how plugged in you are. It's very, very doable, but your soul is going to absolutely love it. I was just reading this fascinating study on college students taking tests. If their phone is even in the same room, they score 1 grade lower on the test.
Wow.
Because it's distraction. But if their phone is in another room, they score 1 grade, a whole grade point. They go from a B to an A or a C to a B. So, folks, you got to fight for your brain back. You got to fight for your mind back and go, you can't have me 24/7. Thank you, Mr. Phone. You're very helpful. I'm very grateful for what you do for me. But you can't have me 24/7. I am not your hostage. So I'm going to make it behave itself.
Come on, somebody. I need an amen. Every once in a while I ask for an amen. Can I get an amen? You can text me 877-933-2484. I wish you could see in the studio because there'll be a ticker tape of amens. I promise you in just a minute here.
Yeah.
And John writes this, finding more of God, growing strong in spirit requires creating space in your day for God to intentionally put yourself in a place that allows you to draw upon and experience the healing power of the life God filling you. He wants this for us. He wants to. He will do, but will you allow him to? So, all right, so we've talked about the 1 minute pause, benevolent detachment, drinking in beauty, and simple unplugging. I love this one. Let's talk about kindness towards ourselves. I'm learning this one, John. I feel like I've got a ways to go, but talk to me about what have you learned about being kind to yourself?
Okay, let me tell an honest story. So my staff, I'm the leader of an organization, a nonprofit Christian ministry called Ransomed Heart. We've got 19 employees here. And we're doing global conferences and international travel and making films and podcasting. All these wonderful things are going on. But here's what I did.